Hello, this is Cornel Burza. I'm a 6-dan player, and in this video I'm going over a recent game played by Dank75 as Black. He won this game by resignation, despite the fact of losing the top left corner early in the game. But overall, Black did pretty well, like always grabbing the big points when the opponent went for some small captures and so on. Well, the gap could have been bigger. At the end, I think Black is winning by about 10-11 points. But if you go back a bit to the right side, here it's not necessary to lose these 3 stones. Black should simply connect a T11. So like this, Black it's about 15 points ahead. Anyway, let's check the game from the beginning. So we have Hoshi and Komoko against 2 star points. Inside approach, that's fine. Attach, Hane, Hane again, and white went down. Now usually here there are 2 moves that Black can play locally. One, it's simply take the I shape at b15, so this will protect against the Atari at b16. Obviously white will play Nobi to take away the I space. If white doesn't play this Nobi and goes for a big point, Black will immediately make an I and also threaten the cut at d17. Therefore white will play here, it's a key move, and Black can simply extend again and the base is fine. So this would be an easy way to settle the group in the top left corner. Now a more common variation is to block at d15, threatening Atari e16 or the cut at d17, but white will cut right away at b16. Now it's a bit hard to fight the ko immediately, there are no ko threats in the beginning, so Black will probably connect solid. This is at least the AI style variation. Now white captures a stone in the corner and Black either goes Atari from the outside, so presses white down a bit, or simply extend to the middle of the side, something like d10 to fix a base. So these are pretty common josekis actually in the AI era. This is one of the josekis inspired by AlphaGo and KataGo. So simply b15 or block d15. Actually back in the day, white would play a move like d17 and Black will always connect with a tiger mount. It's better to take the tiger mount than the solid connection, because tiger mount gives you I shape easier. Like when white Hane, you Hane in the corner, white goes down, then you simply extend. So that group it's super strong. Now back to the game. So Black connected solid instead. White plays the Nobi, which is the key move, and Black plays away. Well, this group on the left side is still unsettled, so Black should play at least a 1 space jump, and now it's safe. Because if you play this move and your opponent pushes here, then you block with a tiger and there is no problem if he goes inside and plays Atari. You have enough I space already. So the 1 space jump it's an option. Also 2 space jump can be played, but this way white can press a bit more with the shoulder hit and then push along. But again, Black keeps the base. It's just that white gets a stronger wall and probably he will expand the top side now to set up a moyo. So tiger mount instead of heavy move, and this is a bit let's say too brave. I mean, Black wants to speed up the Fuseki. Probably the plan was that white will defend f3 and then you go back and extend to the middle of the side, something like this or like this, and all of a sudden everything is safe. But white went for a pincer right away to punish this shape in the corner. Black pushes down. Well, normally you leave like this. I mean, white can push here, play a peep, then Keima to surround the corner, and you simply go down, and now you have a 4 in line, so it's alive. But it's painful being on the second line and just 4 points life. So instead of b18 push, you should go out with Nobi. Then of course probably white will pincer like in the game, either here or here, and well, you continue the game similar to the game, double approach and so on. But we have the push, then white pincer, Black double kakari, this is nice, white attach, Black jumps in the corner. So usually here when you see this attach, the simple variation or joseki is to play Hane, white cuts, attach in the corner, white captures the stone, then you go san-san, and it's absolutely fine. And later in the game you go down here and you play 1 Atari, so you don't allow Black develop too much in the center and create some magi like this. But it's also okay to play the san-san directly. Now white has the option to block a d3 or to block c4 or to take the stone like in the other Joseki, then you connect under, and this leaves a different kind of Aji. Like white can go out here, then connect under. So it's not bad. White block this way, then vital point. This is a move to create the cutting points, push and cut one way or the other, and black protects at f2. Now this f2, it's usually a move you play when white has a stone at h3. So I have a feeling you're confusing some Joseki here, and I show exactly what I mean. Thing is, when white plays here, black can connect with g2, which is a nicer shape. Also, you can double up g3, or you can go down, because when you go down, you expand your liberties, and you're also threatening to connect under. So in this case, white many times will block here, and now black takes Sente to protect the top left, or just grab another big point, this one, Shimari, or whatever. Now, let's go back here a little bit. Let's suppose what I want to show you actually, it's the way you confuse the Joseki. So if black plays f3 and white has a pincer at h3, and then black goes inside the corner, after white covers like this, it's natural to play f2 in this case to prevent the e2 move, and then white finishes the Joseki like this. But usually this Joseki is played when white has a stone at c10. But just thinking about the variation locally, this f2 move makes sense when white has h3, because if you don't play it, let's say you play away and you have this kind of situation, white wants to play e2 and connect under. So that's why you play f2. But in the actual game, there is no white stone at h3, so you don't have to play the same variation. And of course, if you play away, white wants to push like this, cut the stone, cut on the right side, give up the stone, and then capture the two stones in the corner. So if you think about this variation, push and cut, then it's normal to think about g2 as a defense, because when white plays here, you are just connected. But if you go down in the corner at b3, now imagine the same thing happens, white pushes, cut, Atari, and he goes down. There is no way to capture the stones because black has more liberties. And also when you go down, you're threatening to connect the stone on the left side. So when white plays away, next move, you can just link under, and all of a sudden, white is losing the potential on the left. So don't defend f2. In this case, g2, g3 also possible, or b3. Now white covers. Black plays away. I think black should just leave in the corner. Push one time at c13, expand the eye space, then Hane. White might push here, probably double Hane to create the Aji to cut and capture some stones. Black can cut one time and connect, and now white pulls back. Or if white plays away, you will capture that stone too. But now the group is already alive, and you can play a move to reduce the white potential on the left side. For example, something like n17. And later in the game, you can approach again in the top, so you make sure this wall is not going to build too much. It radiates some power to the right, but with those two moves in the top, you can neutralize the wall. So Shimari, and now white can just kill the left side. So it's pretty much dead, huh? I think white should push first. Push and then cut. And when black goes down, you have Hane, and this is the way to kill the corner. That's the way to reduce the space. But yeah, it seems like it's dying anyway. Not enough eye space. If you go down, push, block, Hane. So it's dead. Yeah, therefore, black shouldn't do anything right now. Leave those moves as cotrets. Later in the game, you have the cut here, or Hane once, then you prepare the descent. So just accept that the group died and play away. So that's like giving handicap to your opponent. Okay, now the group is dead, nothing to do about that, then go away. Good. Okay, pak, big points, nice. It's also big to play on the bottom, something like k4. But well, that can be played later too. So far so good. White invades the right side. Actually, white should invade the bottom side, something like L3. If he plays here, when black attacks from the right, white can extend to the left. If black attacks from the left, white extends to the right. So this is the most open space on the board, and it's much easier to fix a base for white. When he goes r14, he doesn't have so much room there. Black can kick, which he did, very good. If white comes up here, which is the natural move, black immediately takes away the base, then white is on the run. And that's a pretty heavy group to this kind of stick to run to the center, so good for black. White jumps all the way, but that's painful too. Black can just block here, and when white goes up, you can take away the base with the attach, the clamp, or Hane under. So black Hane on top. This is also good, nice tiger mount. But thing is, white can push r10, and then maybe push one more time or Keima, and then pull back, so he can fix a base. But even so, it's nice for black, because now black can just extend here and set up a big moy on the bottom side. Yeah, this way it's too painful for white. Black will just block, very good. White runs out, black jumps along, also good. White needs to jump again, then Keima to expand the moyo. But this is a bit greedy, it still leaves a big gap on the bottom side. So instead of Keima, you should extend to K4. So like this, it's a bit harder for white to invade the lower side. When white invades M3, you can pincer O3. It's a lot of pressure on white. If white invades O3, then you either pincer M3 or you double up, Kosumi or something like this, so you don't allow the Sansan invasion. Then again, white is a bit heavy and running inside the moyo, but maybe a big chance he will die inside. So playing like this, it can reduce the moyo on the left side, but it's easy for white just to invade somewhere at M3 or L3 again. Even this kind of shoulder hit to reduce and then extend for a tiny base. So a bit comfortable for white to jump in. That's okay. Tsuke, okay. Black goes up. White goes up too. Han and Nobi, that's fine. But this push is too much. White should either play Tiger Mouth to connect and fix the base. He can also play a jump like this, because when black cuts, now he can go Atari and capture the two stones in a net. He can play Han and connect this way. It also secures the base, and then he's got a clamp at S2 to reduce the corner more. But the push, it's a bit risky, because now cut it's a problem, or N4 peep. So black cuts right away and takes some profit here. Already black is coming back in the game. A lot of territory on the right side, this group is heavy, still needs help, yeah. So white makes some I shape and protects the cut. Then white goes for a shoulder hit. Now this move, it's a little bit, let's say, too close to thickness. In general, you expect white to protect a J17 like it happened in the game, but actually white should push along with K16 and show some fighting spirit, because he's very strong on the left side. So when black jumps, white has a wedge, Atari connect. If you connect here or Tiger Mouth, this group is still under pressure, like white can play a peep, then go for a cap. So this way he can use the thickness to attack more severe. And it's a bit tough for black in this fight. And white can still connect under if he needs to. If you go Nobi, it's still heavy, like he can push again, then play Keima or cap to attack the whole thing. So very risky fight. Black can even die big inside, so I wouldn't go that deep. I mean, a way to think about reducing and start an attack on all the groups would be to cap here, because you have two targets. This group on the right is kind of weak, and this group on the bottom. So you have to think about a way to keep them separated and at the same time reduce the left side. So with the cap, maybe white will go to the top or try to come in this direction, but then you split the groups. Now all of a sudden the bottom group has some problems, so it's hard for white to keep everything safe. Then you jump to the middle, then you can make some sabaki like this and slowly reduce the top but attack both groups. So you need a bit more planning in the middle game before you decide which group to attack or which area to reduce. But okay, white was kind and he just connected because he felt good about the capturing top left corner. Therefore, this reduction went pretty well for black. Well, the group is still kind of weak, but okay, with the tiger mouth you're making some eye shape. And here white is going for a small stone. This capture at f15, it's not necessary. He should attack the whole thing, play a cap move for example. Then black has to run to the right, and now white can separate and maybe damage the top right corner in the process. So this is how white is losing his lead. He took a 1 stone capture. This is worth just 3 points. The capture and another extra point here. It's really small at this stage of the game. Then black comes out with more eye shape. That's very good. This is a move to prevent the peep, so it's excellent. This is also proper to prevent the attach. You can even think about this one. So when Atari, connect this, Atari, connect, and make more eye shape. Like this or like this. When he cuts, you just Atari from behind. So it's easy. Now the problem is this group on the bottom. Kinda isolated, and black can profit attacking this bottom weak group. Anyway, yeah, this J14, it's a nice move because you don't want your opponent to play here. So it makes sense to take that spot. Well, if he wants to destroy the eye shape, he should play Atari, then connect. But it's really hard. Black can easily jump to the center. So yeah, more eye shape. Those 2 stones you can give, very good. But these moves here, they feel a bit shy. Like you can jump further away. It's okay. It's the setup, it's quite strong, so you can go extend further. Anyway, 2 stones capture is small. It's only 4 points. You don't need to connect that stone. Let him have it if he wants. Play something to attack this group, either here or this one. If he captures another stone, no big deal. You can block, so you still keep the eye shape, or you can let him have another stone. I mean, it's really nothing. Just Hane here. He cannot really block because you have Atari, so he needs to play this one. Then Atari and connect, and the group is running into the black stones, so very difficult for white to escape. He's got 0 eyes, and it's all surrounded by black. So the game could finish even earlier. It's okay to sacrifice 1 stone, then 2 stones, then another stone. You gotta let your opponent be happy for his small captures. Now here, you should think about the cut, but how about this way, to cut Keima at the waist? Then once he starts a ladder that doesn't even work, you don't care, you just give him the stone, you play Atari from the outside, and no begin. And now, more pressure on the bottom group. It's a better shape. Anyway, good idea to cut, because he's in trouble with everything. Yeah, that's fine too. It's just that you don't have to allow him connect the center stones to the right, like it happened later. Yeah, so he jumps here to connect to the top. He can actually play shoulder hit, but you will probably block 1 time. He pulls back, so the corner is stable. Then you start the attack in the middle, either Hane or Kosumi. Or Hane first, then Kosumi. This Kosumi is threatening the cut and capture at N5. So you need something like this, then you go up. And he's still in trouble with everything, because you can force the eye. Also a good idea to try to separate these guys. And now the Hane. The Hane is very good. I mean, he can play here, then Atari, then maybe some nose Tesuji, but it still doesn't help much. You can come back with Atari and cut his groups, or cut this stone, and all the center group is under pressure. And if he just connects here to link the stones to the top, maybe you play Atari or you jump out, so you try to kill the bottom group. And now he needs to connect his stones here. But that's nothing, he just saves a few stones, and now he dies all over the bottom side. And if he tries to save the bottom, let's say he plays something around here to make some shape, then you just connect in the center and you kill those 5 stones on a large scale. A lot of surrounding territory. So that would be an easy win for black too. This jump feels like leaves too many cutting points. Yeah, so instead of the block, you better play this move or bump. Let him have those stones. If he pushes here, he's still in trouble. So the way he connects is to Atari. This creates a shortage of liberties. So you cannot connect because you lose 3 stones. Therefore, you just lose 1. But now you can bump, and then you're connected, you're fine, you don't lose much on the right side, and this bottom group is still in jeopardy for white. This way he can push through, and now he connects the groups, and then he can also play Atari here to link, which happened. But at least black got some profit. Big territory on the right, some territory is coming in the center, and now you gotta play other moves. Well, usually here you can play a Hane, then Atari to see how your opponent defends, either connect or Atari under, then push along, because you create some agi to Hane and double Hane. He might go Nobi or Hane, then you push some more, so you lean on his stones, and this way you create more territory in the center. Yeah, white doesn't have to capture that stone because black will never connect there. So white can play something else. For example, how to attack this corner. Yeah, Sunshine Invasion, but this was played anyway. What else? Some move on the left side. For example, here to prevent an invasion and make sure all those stones are dead. In the middle, when black plays the connection, white captures the stone. That's all. But no need to capture it now. So yeah, black can reduce the left side more. White should just connect. It's simple. To keep the game close. Yeah, this Kosumi is big. That's not really necessary. I mean, you can play it as a Kotret. And now, Hane in center, okay. Well, white could block here. This Hane is not necessary. You can wait a little bit. I think the shape is just to jump in the middle. So Hane block, and white panicked again. The way white should expand his eye space is to block this way. He really invested lots of moves to make eyes here. This is an empty triangle connection when you can just play a one space jump. One space jump, it's usually a nice move, and it's rarely bad. Like, you cannot be cut. If he tries this, and the wedge, you go double Atari. So think about the shape when you decide between an empty and a simple jump. Anyway, white is already alive, but he keeps playing moves there. Fine. Okay, gotta protect here. Go down, also important. This is correct. Keep the eyes in the corner. But you don't need to Atari like this. You better expand the eye space at M17 or M18. If he captures the ko, now you connect and you have enough eye shape. Also, you can fight a little bit that ko on the right, but it's better to play M17 for now. Yeah, he captures the ko, then eye shape, and now he can play here to stress the group a little more. But yeah, in the end, it's easy to leave, because you can have this move, which is threatening Atari and capture again. So white needs to protect here. Then there's an eye in the top and an eye in the middle. So, but remember to play. When you are in danger, you always expand the eye space, and there is space on the left, so go here or here to keep more space for a base. Okay, that happened. Fine. In this case, you can also play M18, because when white blocks, you don't need another move. But when you play N18, he will block and he wants Atari under, so now you have to go down. So here, N18 was similar to the shape in the early stage around B16, and it could be better not to lose the corner early. Those are like Kotrets, so now small endgame. Here, black can jump in center. One space jump, all these moves are sent. And then you don't put yourself in Atari at the end. Okay, these are a bit small. You can play here, still threatening the cut, then Kosumi to threaten the connection underneath, then save this guy. Also at the end, you need to play in the areas where it's more open and uncontested space. Like this block is just saving 1 point. So when you play away and your opponent pushes here, you block and that's it. No problem. You can let him have 1 point. Okay, give up that stone. Here you can go up, try to build more. White pushes here, you block, again, you lose 1 point. Yeah, the Kosumi was good, so is this one. Because he's still threatening the cut and go out. Therefore, white will protect. Disco Sumitsuke in the middle, no really need it right now. The jump on the right, this is the last big endgame move. But that's fine, you have Atari and Atari. Eventually, not anymore, okay. Did you have a chance to play it? Yeah, probably he's not going to respond and play Nobi here. And earlier, yeah, there is no timing. You gotta play this one first and then block like this. So at some point you can also play L6 in Sente. But yeah, it's kind of comfortable for black right now. You don't need to play monkey jump when you can jump here in Sente. Because if you cut, he's in trouble everywhere. So no, monkey jump is not always the best move. And well, here it can end up in Gote like this. This is the proper sequence for white. Well, he blocked, and then you try to peep and kill, but you kill yourself, so you gotta pull back. That's the way. Either pull back like this, or you connect, he goes Atari, and you connect again. Anyway, it seems it didn't matter much, because black was so much ahead that even losing those stones was okay. Yeah, he needs to protect here. And he's done. Well, finally we see a win. So there were 7 games in this new series of reviews, and 1 or 2 wins so far. So it's 5-2 on the overall ranking. Let's see how the next games will go. Good luck, and don't lose groups early when unnecessary.